James chapter 1 verse 7 follows naturally from the preceding verses, providing a sobering reminder and warning. For let not that man suppose that he will receive anything from the Lord. This statement continues the discussion on the necessity of asking in faith without doubting, which is critical for receiving wisdom and any other petition made to God. It emphasizes the practical consequences of doubt and the necessity of maintaining a steadfast belief in the efficacy and benevolence of God's will and His actions. This verse serves as a stark reminder that the mental and spiritual posture with which we approach God in prayer is not merely a minor detail, it is fundamentally tied to the outcomes of those prayers. The phrase, "let not that man suppose," indicates an admonition against a false assumption that one can approach God with a divided heart, one of belief mixed with skepticism, and still expect to receive His blessings. This challenges the believer to reassess their approach to God, ensuring that it is aligned with the principles of wholehearted faith and trust. The implication of not receiving anything from the Lord due to doubt underscores the fact that the relationship between God and the believer is not one of mere ritual or formality. It is a dynamic, living relationship that thrives on genuine faith and trust. Doubt undermines this relationship because it questions the nature and promises of God, leading to instability in one's spiritual life, as described in the previous verse. The instruction in this verse is not meant to be harsh, but corrective, guiding believers to understand that the effectiveness of their prayers depends significantly on the quality of their faith. It serves as a warning that the absence of faith makes it impossible to tap into the divine resources that God offers. This is because faith is not just about believing in God's existence, it is about trusting in His character, His words, and His promises. Without such trust, the foundation for receiving from God is compromised. Moreover, this verse invites believers to engage in self-examination and reflection. It calls for a deep, personal introspection on how one views God and His provisions. Are they seen through the lens of doubt, or are they viewed with unwavering trust? This self-assessment is vital as it directly impacts how believers live out their faith in everyday situations, especially in times of need or crisis. Understanding that faith is essential for receiving from God also encourages believers to cultivate their relationship with Him continually. It suggests that faith can and should grow stronger over time through consistent interaction with God's Word, through prayer, and through the community of faith. As believers immerse themselves in these spiritual disciplines, they become more attuned to the truth of God's Word and more confident in His promises, thereby reducing the room for doubt. Additionally, this verse speaks to the communal aspect of faith. In a community, believers can encourage one another to maintain a strong faith. They can share testimonies of God's faithfulness, which reinforce the truth of His Word and His character, encouraging others to trust deeply in God. This communal reinforcement of faith serves as a buffer against the waves of doubt that might otherwise shake one's spiritual stability. James chapter 1 verse 7 is a critical component of the text's broader discourse on faith, trials, and receiving from God. It starkly reminds believers of the consequences of allowing doubt to infiltrate their prayers. By understanding and heeding this warning, believers are better positioned to cultivate a faith that is not only pleasing to God, but also effective in accessing the fullness of His provisions. This understanding fosters a more profound commitment to developing a faith that truly believes that God is who He says He is and will do what He has promised to do. Such a faith is vibrant, active, and transformative, shaping every aspect of the believer's life and enabling them to live out their faith with confidence and assurance.